Greetings, imagination connoisseurs. Once again, it is I, your Duke of Dope Discourse, Robert Meyer Burnett, and I invite you to watch and listen to the Designing Hollywood podcast, brought to you by Martika Ibarra and the great, legendary Hollywood costume designer, Marilyn Vance. I am afforded the wonderful opportunity of co-hosting the show. If you are interested in the magic of Hollywood, the design of Hollywood, the clothes of Hollywood, watch the Designing Hollywood podcast, available wherever you get your podcasts from, or find the video version on YouTube. That's right, the Designing Hollywood podcast. Why?
What's up, Jesus?
Would you ever want to miss it, especially if you love the movies?
Hello, and welcome to Midnight Metal. Robert Meyer Burnett and Dave Parker. They're fucking metal. Midnight metal, midnight metal, midnight metal.
Oh, yeah, imagination connoisseurs, it's time for Midnight Metal. I, of course, am your host, Robert Meyer Burnett, the Viceroy of Verisimilitude, your pharaoh of physical media, your existential Mr. Rogers, and ultimately your host for the last, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gentle beings, kind souls, however you identify, across these, the 28 known galaxies. This is the last episode, the 75th episode of Midnight fucking Metal. Are you feeling metal tonight, fucker? Well, here's the thing. I was just on the phone with my old friend Dave Parker. I've known him for 30 years. My God, the man doesn't age. He's a very handsome man, very sexy man. Always has been, always will be. So I asked him, I said, Dave, the show wouldn't be what it is without you. It's the last episode. We're going to have to change it. Midnight Meta, Maudlin Midnight, I don't know. We have many, many names that people want to call it. A lot of good names. You know, it's become an intellectual show, different show. It's not the same without Mr. Dave fucking Parker on the show, the director of The Hills Run Red. A man who has horror in his veins. No one is like Dave Parker. I sent him the link. He said he might come, might not come. He might make me talk for hours until the wee hours. And I have to get up like him. We have things we have to do in the morning. For those of you who might be interested, Let's Get Physical Media is at 2 p.m. 2 p.m. Pacific time. So I don't know if Dave's going to be here, but here's the thing. This show was born out of the idea of the Snyder Cut of Justice League, which was, come on, dare I say it, fucking metal. Fucking metal. It was, you know it was metal. I know. Oop, I don't want to. And Dave came on later. But this show did not become what it was without Mr. Dave Parker. Wasn't the show I needed it to be. I'm unfulfilled. There's been something lacking in my life without Dave fucking Metal Parker. I would not know Chaosium. I would not have spoken to Mr. Smile without Dave Parker twice on this show. If I didn't have Dave, it wouldn't be what it is. So I would actually give everyone his email. I won't do it. Would you like his phone? No, I won't do that either. I won't give you. I don't want to shame him into being on the show. I did send him the link. And if he doesn't come on, you know what I'm going to do? Because this is that fucking metal. I'm going to ask you, all the 58 people here right now, if you have a camera and a good microphone, and you've streamed and zoomed, or whatever, this is the last Midnight Metal show. It's going to change into something else. 75 issues, 75 episodes. It's a good way to go out. There were 75 episodes or issues of Superman before the death of Superman. So here's the thing. Here's what I would ask you. I want to know. What do you think it means to be metal? What do you think that the essence of metaldom means? You can be a political activist. You can be anyone. Alex Cruz. My God, Alex, that is very generous. Alex Cruz just says yes. I don't know what that means, Alex, but you know what? Thank you for the support. And you, my friend, you're fucking metal, dude. You're fucking metal. But, Alex, what I want to know is, what does being metal mean to you? So here's how it's going to go. Dave is not showing up. He's watching Nobody right now. Nobody. He's like, he would rather watch Nobody than come on the show. You people. What do you mean, you people? I mean, you people are waiting for David fucking Parker to come on this show. A show that, let's face it, isn't Midnight Metal without him. I'm not saying Lael and Urton aren't the greatest people to stream with, but it's a different show. It's a different show. What you need, what we need, what all of us need is Dave fucking Parker. Because that man, half of his bloodstream is platinum. It's silver. It's gold. It's minerals. It's metal. That's what Dave is. He defined what being metal is. I don't know if he's going to come. Maybe he won't. But if he does, remember, we're all the better for it. So, I want to thank Alex Cruz. My God. Alex Cruz. Oh my God, I didn't see this. He sent in an earlier super chat. He said, just one more Midnight Metal tonight, Rob. Alex. My God, I didn't see you sent an earlier super chat. My God, thank you so much. You know what? I tried to bribe Dave. I said, I'll send you money. Alex, here's what I want all of you to do in the live chat. You don't have to send me super chats or anything like that. I want you in the live chat to tell me. Actually, not tell me. I want you to tell Dave Metal Parker why you love him. Why should he come on the show right now? You tell me. You tell him. Tell Dave. Tell Dave why you want to see him. This is the last mid-ash. My God. Let's start a chant. Dave, 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 Dave. My God. Send Dave a Michael Myers action figure. Well, that wouldn't get him on the show right now, would it? I mean, don't you want him? Don't you want Dave, baby? He probably has a Michael Myers action figure, you know. Dave, you are awesome, says Superman 161. Dave, we love you. Dave, if Dave does not come, then he will not be metal, says Mario Lopez. Mario, all the way from fucking Portugal. Mario Lopez from Portugal is actually asking for Dave Parker. I'm like, bro, I mean, what do you want? What more do you want? I mean, Dagon, shot in Portugal. There you go. Metal never dies, only multiplies. Darth Scorpio says, Dave. Donnie Diaz 54 says, Dave Parker You sexy butch bitch, put your pants on. Well, you wouldn't see him anyway. And by the way, let's face it, it'd be better if he didn't put his pants on. Dave, come out and play. Dave's not here, man. El Necron, Dave Parker, don't be a poser. Get on the show. Look, you can't get Dave on the show if you tell him he's a poser. That's not cool. You gotta. Ash says, "Dear Dave, fucking Metal Parker, you define this show and brought us so many amazing guests. I have Chaosium and Spotify on repeat. This wouldn't be the case if you never came on this show." Let me tell you, Dave is way more metal than me. I'm the poser. The notorious RMB says, Ifran Guzman. Video Hunter D. Rob, get the boombox like John Cusack. In my eyes. Michael Elliott says, Dave. Ifan Guzman says, Robbie. Tom Jr. Jackson says, Midnight Metal, the last jam. Dan Blackward says, we want Dave and we want rotten apples. I want rotten apples, too. I'm working on that, by the way. Dave or Riot. Dave and Rob fuel the plane on Midnight Metal. Fuel the propeller on Midnight. Jesus Gutierrez says, oh, well, that wasn't Dave. I thought it was Dave. Nope, it was Haaretz. It was an Israeli newspaper. It's not Dave Parker, and decidedly not Midnight Metal. But anyway, Bobby, I'll join you. It's Donnie from Canada. Well, Donnie, if Dave isn't going to come on, if I throw in, at Bloodsport 1 says, Dave, Joe Spinell said, get on the freaking show now. Did he? I love that. Brian Snook says, Mega Dave. Dave. S. Beam says, come on, Dave. Tom Jr. Jackson says, Dave Parker. The man, the myth, the legend, brings out the best of the show. Jesus Gutierrez says, join us, Dave, or else. Ross Walker says, get moving, Dave. Press. Still pause. Jeffrey Goodman says, Dave is the voice of reason. Keeps R&B grounded. Red Comet says, is this really the last Midnight Metal? Well, it's not the last midnight show. It's the last Midnight Metal. It's gonna still be a show, but it's gonna change into something else. The Islamic says 2-drink minimum tonight. Ladies and gents, let's go out with a bang. With a 2-drink minimum? Oh, you mean you have to get 2 drinks. Ifran Guzman says the hills run red, Dave Parker. Old Man Shotgun says, hey, PGS family, how are you, Old Man Shotgun? More Maga says, if R&B has a personal item of Dave's, we could conjure him here. I wouldn't want to do that. I don't want to foist the supernatural on Dave. That would be bad. More Maga says, no, I'm Dave. Let me in, man. Nope, can't do it. You're not Dave. You can't get in. Dave already has the link. Dan Blackwright says, I love Rob and Dave together. I love Rob and I together. Oh, wait. I mean, Dave and I together. You know what I'm saying. Yes. Ash Chowan says, this can't be the last Saturday Midnight Metal. The metal scene is a shadow of what it once was. It just can't be the end. The death of Midnight Metal signifies the end of our culture. Hashtag Dave saves metal. You know what? I'm going to call him. I'm going to call him on the phone. I'm going to see what he has to say. I mean, you know what? He's not going to answer because you know what he's watching right now? He's watching nobody. He's watching nobody. He is. I'm going to call him. I'm going to call him right now. Let's see if he answers. What can I say? I mean, it might be his answer machine. Rob, what are you drinking tonight? Well, I had, to be honest, triple New Belgian lager. And, of course, a little whiskey with... Dave's not going to answer. By the way, he's playing hard to get.
Hi, this is Dave. Sorry I can't answer my phone right now, so please leave a message and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.
At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
El Necron says, by the flame of Baphomet's horns, we summon Dave Parker. I'm telling you, dude, I have an entire chat. I have 95 people screaming for you. Come on board. Come on in for the big win. Just do it. Come on, Dave. They all love you. They want to see you. Rob of Dave won't join Bring Forth Gilbert and Tallulah. They're fucking metal. No dogs could replace Dave Parker. I'm just saying. Dave, come on. Just, you have the link. Just come on board. Tom Jr. Oh, well, look, guy hung up on me. My God, what can I do? All I can do is, Dave, you're going to make us cry. Booty call. Marcus Bisma says, booty call. Pleasant Valley Picker, California. Whiskey in the jar. Nice. Rob. Dave, get your ass in here, dude. Look, man. Can't do it. Darth Scipio says, I thought it was Scorpio. Scipio, Dave, get your white ass in here. Well, I can't. What can I say? You know what? If Dave isn't going to come in here, what about you? Wouldn't you all like to come in here? Here's what I ask. If you've got cameras and good microphones and you think that you can hold your own, I ask you imagination connoisseurs, you members of this, the Post-Geek Singularity. If you are feeling fucking metal tonight, well, I'm going to let you on this show. And you need to, by the way, don't just come on the show and be like, oh. I need you to tell me why you are fucking metal. You need to define, what does it mean to be metal? I don't know. Like, pretend I don't know. Pretend I don't know shite, right? I'm going to send the link out because Dave Parker maybe will be in it, maybe you won't be. But if you have a camera and you have a microphone, and don't, look, man, I need to hear you. I don't want you to be like away or whatever. You got to be on you step up the game, man. I want you to be on point. I'm going to send out a link right now. You want to come on the show? You want to be metal? You want to tell me what it means to be metal? Now is your chance. Now is your chance. You can be the Dave Parker that Dave Parker isn't being. That's what I want right now. Are you ready? Who's going to be... By the way, use Google Chrome as your browser. But bam. Who knows who's going to be on this show? Tom Jr. Jackson says Dave Parker should be here to bring the fucking metal to this jam. Well, we shall see. I don't know who's going to be here. I wasn't even going to do this show. This is an impromptu, crazy time on Midnight Metal. And I will say this. Ray Ora from the John Campea Show and myself, we have tickets to see Roland Emmerich's Moonfall Wednesday. Yes! There's nothing more metal. Efrain Guzman, I think, is here. Who is here? Let's see. Oh my God, I've got a full house tonight. I got S. Beam, and I'm waiting for Efrain Guzman. Well, there he is. Look at you. I can hear you. S. Beam, can I hear you? Yeah, I can hear you. You sound 5 by 5. By the way, the dulcet tones of your voice are amazing. It's good to see you, sir. Amazing. I know. Now let me put you both in the show. We, my friends, are going to have a nice time because you, both of you, my God, I'm going to put you on the show. You're going to be on fucking Midnight Metal. Now remember, just think about this. I'm going to make you look good. What I want you to both think about is think hard. I want you to tell the people at home. I want you to tell the people watching, what does it mean to be fucking metal? What does it mean? You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't know what it means. You're going to define it for me. And hang on. I'm going to put your names down properly. Give me a second. It's all live right here. Now, G-U-Z, M-A-N, got it. I was right the first time. And now S-Beam. Hang on. Just wait. I know it takes a while. It's a live show. My God, who knows what's going on in a live show? You never know. You never know. Although, wait, you have Iron Patriot, bro? God damn it. I don't have my goddamn Iron Patriot. What the fuck? How great is that figure? You don't have all the weapons on him, though. Okay. I'm not gonna criticize it. I love that you have it. It's fantastic. I mean, my God, I'm talking hot toys for people like, what? Iron Patriot? What are you saying? All right, here we go. So, gentlemen, are you ready to be a part of this process? First of all, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, gentle beings, kind souls across the 28 known galaxies, please welcome Efren Guzman and S-Beam to Midnight Fucking Metal. Gentlemen.
Yeah.
Gentlemen, it is great to have you here. Now, Efren.
Yes.
You and I have spoken not many times, but a couple times you had me on your show.
Yes.
Now, please introduce yourself to the folks at home. This is the first time you've been on the Burnettwork, Robservations, any of our channels, but I've been on your shows, and you've been very generous to me. Please explain, where are you, who are you, and tell us about your show. And I think you and I have had some of my favorite conversations I've ever had.
Thank you very much, Rob. I'm Efren Guzman, as Robert says, and I host a podcast show called The Atomic Podcast, which you can find on Stitcher, SoundCloud, iTunes, any apps that you have access to. And I'm in the cold tundra, which is 16 degrees with snow. Right.
Your voice is cutting in and out. I don't know why.
All right, can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah, you sound great. You sound terrific. It's just maybe because you're far away from your mic, but you sound good.
Okay.
So you're in the cold tundras of the Midwest, the Dust Bowl?
Very cold.
So let me ask you this. I know you are fucking metal, dude. You're fucking metal.
Fucking metal.
So what made you decide to do podcasting and get on the World Wide Web and share your thoughts, your feelings? What was that like, deciding to start your own show?
Well, I can take it back to the embryonic stages where it was 2009, where I lived in New York, and me and my coworkers, I worked at an insurance company it's no longer in existence anymore, and I worked in the mailroom and office services, and we come into work, and it was like kind of raunchy bunch. So like we would talk about different topics about comics. I think this was the time when Iron Man was first going to be released, and then besides giving people copies of appellate files and getting their office supplies, we basically just talked about movies. We talked about cartoons. We talked about Hanna-Barbera's Thundar the Barbarian,
and his companion Ukla the Mock.
Yes. And Princess Ariel with her gold shrine, powers. So we used to talk about that. Then and I think that was the first time I ever worked. Since I'm originally from New York City, so where I lived in East Harlem, there was a lot of Hispanics, a lot of blacks. So me working in the Wall Street area, like I got introduced to a lot of Caucasians, Asians, different peoples of different cultures. So like I got, even though they call New York the melting pot, depending on where you live at, like if you're from Queens, there's a lot of Moroccans. If you live in the Upper East Side of Manhattan, there's like Hispanics and blacks, so, like in more of the Harlem area. So, going over there, I met like different people, different races who had like my same interests. So like I was surprised because I was like, oh my God, people watch cartoons and they're like 20 something years old or their 30s, and it was kind of cool talking with lawyers and talking with people who does homeowners insurance, and they're into like the same things that I like. And
so would you say that people are alike all over?
Yes. If they have your same interests.
I mean, I think one of the core values of this channel is that I love people. And it was funny because today on Robservations, I read a beautiful letter that Tom Jr. Jackson wrote about his father, the relationship he had with his father. And, it made me think about the relationship I had with my dad. And it's funny because I did not realize that, like, my father just liked people. And I didn't understand, like, as I said before, my dad, he never said a bad word about anyone. And he just liked people. He would saunter, and he would saunter. He wouldn't step into a room. He would kind of saunter into a room with his cigar or whatever. And my dad would meet everybody. It didn't matter what room he walked into. He just liked people. And I think what you just said, we all of us, I've said this on the channel before, there's only one of each of us in the entire infinitude of the universe. And what I love about the Post-Geek singularity, or people, or anybody that loves science fiction, fantasy, horror, comic books, movies, video games, whatever, people that love pursuits of the imagination, we all understand that the universe is greater than us. Yeah. And there is wonder to be had. And we might not be able to define it, but part of the reason I collect action figures, S-Beam will tell you this, is that these are characters that we aspire to be. Characters that we admire, or we know like,
definitely.
I understand Captain America is not real. I understand that Steve Rogers, like no American soldier, was frozen in the Arctic, and was unfrozen 70 years later. I know that's not real, but I'd like to believe it was. I think we all do. And then we think, well, if it was real, if that happened, and someone like Steve Rogers, a super soldier, was frozen and unfrozen, wouldn't it be cool if? And we're all there. We're like, yes, that would be cool. And if you could wield Thor's hammer, it would be doubly cool. And imagine if they put that in an Avengers movie. I mean, my God, wouldn't that be cool? And then we realize, oh, they did that. And it was glorious. And I think we're all part of that community, aren't we?
Yes, for sure. And
Undoubtedly.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, that's good.
No, I mean, by the way, is that a San Diego Chargers hat you're wearing?
Yes, it is.
I'm
from San Diego, so.
But aren't you sad?
Sad that they're not in the playoffs?
Or not in San Diego?
They moved to LA.
Yeah,
it sucks a little bit.
Both.
You get over it. You still root for them.
Dude,
they're still San Diego to me.
To me, I'm still thinking the Seattle Supersonics are in Seattle. I'm like, oh.
Even on the broadcast, people still call them San Diego. So, the slip-ups are always there.
Oh, snap. I mean, I did that. You know what? I did that. I'm like, the Chargers.
On the NFL broadcasts, even.
Well, I did say this week San Diego Chargers, and people like, I think it was on the John Campy show, like, oh, Rob, they're not in San Diego. And, yes, I know.
Yeah, it sucks.
I
bought some merch before they moved, so
that's
I
good.
still got some San Diego stuff.
It's good. So, friend, you moved to the Midwest.
Yes.
So, what was it like? So, before I go to S-Beam, I got to ask you, what was it like going from New York to where you live now?
Let me say it like this. I think for me, for a big culture shock, because when I moved out in the Midwest, believe it or not, a lot of people thought I was a black man. Really. They thought I was a black man.
Well,
because,
you know how Americans are. Anyone who's not like white is some crazy alien from some foreign government, planet, whatever. because, we don't quite understand that there's this other planet that we live on with people from all around the world. It's crazy. So people thought, now, what was that like? Like, did people actually ask you? Did they like, what did they say to you?
They actually said, you're Mexican? Like, no, there's other cultures. I'm Hispanic, but there's other ethnicities besides Mexican.
No.
But I think they thought I was black because of my features. So
dude, I thought that, come on, really? I mean, I thought there was only Mexican and people who live in Spain. Are you telling me that there's more people than that? Like, are there people in Central America and South America that might speak Portuguese? Come on now. For real?
Yeah, it was crazy. Like, for me, it was different at first because I didn't see a lot of people like myself. It's not like New York City where you have all different ethnicities, and then when in one block you could have an Italian restaurant, a Chinese restaurant, and a Greek restaurant all in the same vicinity, and then coming from the Times Square in New York and everything in New York, all the different types of food and culture, to moving to the Midwest where you only have burgers and fries and restaurants that have been there for like 60 years and still has the old register and they don't even take debit cards. It's like a time warp.
So are you telling me you have to explain to people that you're not black?
Yeah. Yeah, you know what it is? I think
I mean, America is a racist fucking country, and yet you are put in a position where you're like, so here's a put upon ethnicity that you have to explain you're not a part of. People want to discriminate against you, but they're like, and you're like, I'm not the ethnicity you want to discriminate against.
Yeah.
Isn't this a wacky country we live in?
And then the key word is, I know some black people. And then there's probably like where the population is like 3% in Wisconsin. Is not really that much, especially where I'm at, because I'm more in the boonies. I'm not like in Milwaukee or nothing like that. I'm in Genoa City, which is population, let's say 6,000. So it's not. You don't see that many minorities out here. Like, you see some, but it's not a lot. As opposed to if you go to Milwaukee, there's a lot more.
Well, let me ask you this. Would you, like, I look at you and when I look at you, you know what I think?
What do you think, Rob?
You're an American, dude. You're an American. Like, welcome, you're an American. That's what I see when I look at you. I'm like, you're an American. At S-Beam, I look at you, I understand you're a San Diego Chargers fan. That's a little suspect. Because in America, we don't know reality yet. Quite, we're always... But it's okay. I'll allow it. But I look at both of you, and I think the first thing that comes to my mind is I'm like, oh, these are my fellow countrymen. I know it's shocking. It's terrifying. Like, oh my God. And it's so weird. Like, I of course, I'm Jewish, and I'm like the stealth Jew. I mean, I was adopted, and people are like, well, you're not really Jewish because... And when I found out my biological mother was actually Jewish, I'm like, yes. Because my entire life, people are like, you're not really Jewish. Blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, Judaism is a religion. And yes, there's Sephardic and Ashkenazic Jews, but it's so weird. Like, it was. Here's the thing. Do you know how many races are on the planet Earth? Do you guys know?
How many different races, ethnicities?
Yeah. No, how many different races? Not ethnicities. How many races are on the planet Earth in terms of the human animal? How many different races of human beings are on Earth? Do you know?
One.
Goddamn right. There is one race of people. The human race. That's it. Why is it that we, and by the way, it's really fucking metal if you can admit to that and go, yeah, man, fuck yeah, there's one human race. And you know what's great about us? We're fucking awesome. I mean, the human race is awesome. Like you pick out anyone on the planet in the entire. Do you know we have a gigantic telescope that is about I think right now, 30,000 miles away from being inserted into the L2, the Lagrange point. A telescope that is the most sophisticated piece of equipment humanity, meaning people of all shapes, sizes, colors, and creeds, all of humanity has ever built. And it is literally, it has the technology to see to the end of time. And it will be operational within weeks. And we built it. All of us, collectively. Everyone, every single person on this planet, somebody is connected to this. And it might be like, 10 degrees of Kevin Bacon or whatever. But what makes this planet great is you, a friend, you, S-Beam. Because there's only one of you. There's no one else. I mean, someone's going to be, well, Rob, what about my twin brother? All right, I get it. But you're still not perfect. You're not total twins. Why is it that we just can't get our shit together? You got troops massing at the border of Ukraine. Like, what the fuck? Why can't we just be like, yo, there's only one of us in the entire infinitude of the universe? So, Mr. Guzman, you're in the Midwest now. You move from New York, the great melting pot of America, and you go into New York where people are, you go into the Midwest from New York, people like look at you and don't even know who or what you are.
That's right. I'm sorry, go ahead, Rob.
Well, what the fuck does that, how do you deal with that? Are you cool with it? Do you understand? Like, I'd be like, you could be angry about it. You could be like, come on, man. Or you could understand that these ignorant Midwestern folks, they're beautiful people. No, they're great people. They live in a society that, and by the way, you might be at the front line of understanding of where America is at as a country. Because we're so large, if you don't come from an urban area where you see people like you just pointed out yourself, you're walking down the street in New York and you see 100 different people every second from all over the world. It's the most cosmopolitan city in America. Most Americans don't know what that's like. They don't get it. And perhaps you could be an ambassador and be like, yo, you don't even know who I am. And that's kind of wacky. So how do you feel about that?
Like now I'm already used to it now because I've been living out here for four years now. But when I first moved out here, it was quite an adjustment because.
Oh, hang on, gents, hang on. Tom Jr. Jackson says Dave Parker wants to come on the show.
He actually made a comment in the chat.
He did. So, gentlemen, would you mind if I 86 to you right now to let Dave come on? Because I can only have 3 people on.
Yeah, that's totally fine. Bring on Dave.
Are you sure? No, hang on. I'm reconnecting the previous session. Now see if can you get on now? Are you on the link?
I haven't tried yet.
Oh, okay. See if you can.
Trying now.
Okay, we're back. Oh, all right. I got you. I got you.
To get rid of all those other people.
I know. I've done that. Just hold on, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna hang up the phone now, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right then. Let's see. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, my God, hopefully you can still see me I think you can still see me because I hope so, but we shall see. Oh my God, you look so sexy. My God, so fantastic. Okay, hang on, ladies and gentlemen. My God, boys and girls, gentle beings, kind souls. I need to make sure that what you're about to see is as amazing as I know you think it will be. So just hold on a minute. I'm going to make sure he is put in the show correctly. Wow, what lighting. He looks so good. I can't believe. Look at that. My God, people. Wait till you see what you're about to see. It's what you wanted. It's what you guys wanted. Come on now. It's what you wanted, what you're going to get. And I thank him from the bottom of my heart. Because if this is the last Midnight Metal show, my God, it would not be a show without, and say it with me, Mr. Dave Parker. Dave Parker! You, my friend, are back. Hang on, I haven't even figured this shit out. So, are back on Midnight Metal. I'm so excited. I have not quite made it the way it should be. Just give me a minute.
Yeah.
Dave, how are you? How are you, Dave Parker?
I'm fucking great.
Wait, I can't hear you.
I'm fucking great.
I know I can't. I don't know why.
Can't hear me?
I don't know why. Why can I not hear you? Hang on. There's got to be something going on here. I can see you, but I can't hear you. There must be something going on. It's not me. It's not my show. It's not on my end.
I can.
There must be. Again. There must be something.
I'm good.
No. I can't. We can't. We cannot hear you. I don't know why. Is there something? I can't hear you. You can hear. Can you hear me?
They say they can hear me, pal.
Wait.
Everyone in the room says they can hear me.
No, I can't. I cannot hear you. I don't know why.
Isn't this great, guys? Because you know what? Finally,
oh my God,
Rob
this is so
can't
frustrating.
hear me,
Dave.
And I
don't know why. There must
talk.
Be something. There is there something? Is there mute or something?
This is so amazing that Rob
God
can't
damn
hear
it!
me, but you
I
all
think he's
can.
doing it on purpose.
You guys can all hear me,
Dave.
It's
everyone.
amazing.
There must be something. There must be a switch. Flip a switch. Something.
There's no switch to flip.
I think you're doing this on purpose to me. God damn it. There's seriously, come on. There's got to be something going on. God damn it. I'm going to call you. Fucking
dude. Show now. Rob is
Dave Parker's doing he is doing this on purpose.
This is so amazing. You guys.
You're doing this on purpose. Look at him. Look at him. Come on, man.
It's amazing. It's my
God
show.
Damn it.
The last show is my show.
Dude, I'm calling you right now.
It's so easy.
What's going on?
I can ignore him. I can't even hear him.
Pick up the phone.
Oh, he wants me to answer the phone. I guess I will. Rob, everyone can hear you and me.
There's got to be something going on.
Well, probably on your end.
No, because it's not on my end. There's got to be something on your phone. I can see you right now. I'm looking at you.
Yes, I know. And they can all hear us. They can all hear us, except you can't hear me. So the nice thing is, it's my show now.
Wait, they can't hear you either.
Yes, they can.
Can you guys hear Dave? Is that true? Look, man, internet. Dave's not here. Dave, can you guys hear?
Yes, they can hear me. See?
I don't think they can.
They're going, yes. This is brilliant. It's me. Yes.
Oh, you can hear us. Well, that's fan-fucking-tastic, Dave.
But you can't.
All right, well, good. If they can hear you, that's all I need.
Well, you have to hear me. That would help.
I can hear you now.
Oh, so we have to keep the phone on, and I have to, turn you off speaker so you can hear me. All right. Rob's fucking,
Okay,
prowess
Dave.
in the technical aspect is
Dave. I
fucking
guess
great.
it's all working. First of all, everybody, please welcome Dave Parker to the show. Dave, you look great. Show looks great. Your background looks great. Now, let me ask you. I think you did one of the most metal things in the world. You went to New Orleans for New Year's Eve.
I did.
What was that like for you?
It was epic. Of course, it's New Orleans on New Year's Eve. Are you kidding me? It was thousands of people. The more people than I'd ever been around in almost 2 years. It was incredible. Bourbon Street, everything. It was a Thompson would have been happy.
Hunter S. Thompson.
Yes.
Well,
he would have been happy. He would have been happy with us. No, actually, not that we got even that crazy, but yeah, I practiced some voodoo. I found some metal. I had them play Chaosium. We did it all. I did vampires. I did graveyards. I did steamboats. I did fine art. We did it all. We did it all. We took over the French Quarter.
Well, let me ask you this. I mean, obviously, we've spent so much time in Los Angeles. The first time I went to New Orleans, it felt to me like I was in a different country, even a different realm. And it definitely changed my perspective.
It's bad country. It's bad country, for sure.
So what was it like? Like when you first were there, what were some of the things that hit you? What did it make you feel?
The thing about New Orleans and the people who have been there or live there know and have experienced it. No, it's a 300-year-old city, plus it's over 300 years old.
Yeah.
So there's an entirely different energy and vibe to it. It's just the architecture is amazing. The people are incredible. They're just, I mean, and their COVID kind of exists. They check like, oh, can we see your card when you come in? And then who gives a fuck? And it's just sort of like, all right, well,
you're gonna drink hurricanes anyway. It'll kill it all. It's fine.
The music is amazing. The diversity of music and people and everything else was incredible. And
the food too.
Yes, yeah, of course. But that's the thing. It's beautiful. And I got to tell you, we walked around. I mean, most of the time we spent in the French Quarter. Well, I mean, basically, we never had a car. We never drove anywhere. So
right.
We were in the French Quarter, like going all around it, which is a decent sized section, but not impossible to walk around in. We were hanging out where they shot Interview with a Vampire. There was, there's Louis' house, and there's, all these places. I went to Reverend Zombie's place, which was featured in my friend Adam Green's Hatchet, which I was very excited about. I bought a voodoo doll. I bought many things in there, and Marie Laveau's voodoo place as well. We really experienced as much as we could, and we took advantage of it. It was amazing. What was weird was at the time, and this was late December into the beginning of January. We got there and it was 70 degrees, and what we forgot was there was humidity. So the first couple days were hot as balls, and we were like, oh, we packed wrong, because we were like, oh, it's fucking December into January, it's gonna be cold, and we were sweating balls. So that was interesting. And then it dropped the next day after New Year's to 38 degrees. And I was like, ooh, okay. But it was awesome. And one of the highlights, which I didn't even realize when I was there. So we're walking down a street, and we're going to this place to get the fabled sandwich, the muffalata.
Yeah.
Which is incredible. And we're walking by this place, and we're walking by this hotel, and it's called the Cornstalk Hotel. And I noticed it because it's interesting, because it's got, it's got the wrought iron, fence in front of it and everything. But the fence there's actual like iron corn stalks out in front and everything. So I have my friends who have the iPhone 13 Pro right now I have them film it. I'm like, oh, you got to get me some establishing shots. Just, I don't know if I'll ever fucking use it, but it's such a cool looking place. When we got back, one of the friends of mine who was on the trip with us, Jonathan Lewis, the director of Black Devil Doll from Hell, which, if you haven't seen it, guys, you're not fucking metal. He just casually, a week after, is watching Lucio Fulci's The Beyond, one of my favorite movies of all time, and sends me a still from it right in front of the Cornstalk Hotel. And I'm like, yes, I was there. We went for breakfast one morning. Our last proper full day there. We went to breakfast at the Vampire Cafe, which actually was really great. But at the end of when we were getting ready to leave, our waiter goes, do you know the place Fritzl's? It's like, well, yeah, we actually spent New Year's Eve there. We rang in New Year's Eve at Fritzl's, which is on Bourbon Street. And we were there. There was a back. The great thing is everything is very narrow there. So there's the bar, there's live music, and then there's this like great back patio. Everything like reaches out way back. And he goes, well, there is a private speakeasy bar above Fritzl's called the Vampire Speakeasy. Just go there and tell them the vampire sent you. Go to the doorman and say the vampire sent me. So on our last night there,
dude, come on, you must have been like loving this.
I was in fucking heaven. I was like, oh, we got to go. So early in the night, we go on the riverboat. We go on the Mississippi. We go on the old traditional riverboat.
Yep.
And
did you go to the Cafe Du Monde and have beignets and coffee?
So many times, it's not even funny.
Yeah.
This is why I'm up in the morning now, like doing 5 miles every morning.
Yeah, you're still high on that coffee.
No, I mean, I'm just no, the beignets. Fuck the coffee.
I'll fuck them both.
You'll fuck anything that kind of moves or just jiggles a little bit, Rob.
I know, right? I know.
So we go on the riverboat, and then it's like, luckily, everyone's like, "Oh yeah, let's go check this." We like Fritzl's anyway, so we'll go, and then let's go. So we go, and we tell the doorman, it's like, the vampire sent us. And it's like, "Oh, okay." Opens the door.
Like there was no hesitation. He just let you in.
No. Oh, from the back patio where we were on New Year's Eve, he opens a door and we go upstairs, and it's this beautiful, kind of gothic bar, but not what you would think. Like, oh, it's not. Oh,
not like Bar Sinister.
It's not Bar Sinister in LA. It's not, fucking, The Damned playing or Bela Lugosi's Dead. It's not any of that shit. We go in and it's really nice. No one's there. Except there's a bar, there's a little bar, and there's a bartender, and this guy, Michael, who is from the UK and speaks with a very thick Cockney accent that most people in our group couldn't fucking understand. But he's playing metal. He's playing Wasp. He's playing all this fucking shit. So of course, what do? Everyone sort of breaks off. They're playing these old sort of pirate games called Dice in a Box and close the box.
Wow.
They're playing these old pirate games, and he's playing. So I go up and talk to him, and I can understand him, and we start talking and we start vibing, and he's like, I'm like going, fuck yeah, man, I fucking love this music. This is great. I think everyone else with me is hating this shit. It's all metal, fuck like an animal is playing and stuff like that. I'm going, these people are not fuck like a beast. Animal, fuck like a beast. Sorry, guys. I wasn't planning on being on, and so I was watching Nobody and having a couple whiskeys. Go figure.
Dave, can I just say?
I know you.
Thank you for being here. It means a lot. I think that this crowd has missed you.
That's great because I can't wait till you PayPal me the $200 you were going to send me.
Oh, I'll do it. Oh, now you want your money? I bribed him.
Yeah, do it right now. Wait, let's. I'm not going to say any more until I get this confirmation now.
Are you kidding me? For real? You didn't. All right. Fuck.
Guys, come on now.
All right. Okay. Really? I got to pay. Okay. Hang on.
Are you not entertained?
Well, I don't know. I don't even know where to PayPal you.
You have my email. It's the same email.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. Hang on. I mean, I don't know. Got to look. Hang on. Wow. So
Davey's got to get paid just like Robbie's got to get paid on the John Campea show.
No, just make sure, just so people, I'm Dave Parker is he didn't say he wanted. I told him.
Oh, he offered it. Don't give me that. Come on.
I did, but you didn't say I had to do it. But now it's okay.
But no, yeah.
Hold on. Just give me a minute here. I have to figure it out. So okay,
why not?
Oh wait, it's I'm looking for hang on. I've never sent you anything on PayPal, so
no, you haven't.
I know, so I can't. Can't find the right person. I'm looking. What can I say?
You know my email.
I do know your email, and I'm looking at this. And hang on, please continue talking while I do.
Anyway,
this.
So we'll see if this happens, guys. But you know what? What bet did Rob lose? The bet that I wouldn't come on, and I'm here for you guys.
No bet. There's no bet. I didn't lose a bet.
I'm actually here for you guys.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, Rob owed me a hot toy that is now out of print, so it doesn't matter.
I gave you a hot toy.
No, you didn't. No, well, like years ago before we ever did the show, we were talking about the Michael Myers hot toy. But they
never made a Michael Myers hot toy.
Yes, they did. They
hot toys never made Michael Myers.
Sideshow. Well, we were talking about the Sideshow one. We're talking about the Sideshow one, which is now sold out.
So anyway. It's Dave R. That's it. Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Gmail. So we're hanging out at this bar. He's playing this music, and I'm talking with this dude, and of course now he and I have connected on the metal front, and so he's pouring the drinks for everyone. Really, I mean, that's the great thing about New Orleans anyway. The drinks are $5 and they're doubles. It's insane. Mm-hmm. It's really wonderful for alcoholics. Don't live there.
Fantastic.
I couldn't live there. Rob, you and I would both be dead in 2 weeks. With all the food, with the food and the booze, we'd be dead. But we're vibing and we're talking and everything, and then I tell him, because the truth of the matter is, everyone I'm with, we're all horror filmmakers. Now, of course, I had a sense that this guy was probably into the genre. And he was, because he had horror tattoos that he showed us and everything else. But then I got him to play Chaosium. I introduced him to that band, which he dug a lot. So I was very happy about that. I could.
Why don't you look at your phone, dude?
I will. I don't see anything right now. Nothing's come through. Oh, there we go. Hey, I'll stay on for another 5 minutes.
Wow. Thanks. Thanks, buddy. Thanks. Just so you know.
This is long overdue. Revenge is sweet.
Wow. You know what? Come on. I always got you paid. Took a long time, but sometimes. Yeah.
It did. It took longer than Charlie Band.
No, it did not. It never took longer than Charlie Band.
Yes, it did. It did. I actually, to be honest, Rob, Charlie Band paid me faster than you ever did.
That is. Why do you say that? That's not true. I mean,
It's
come
true.
on, man. I sent you around the world, dude.
I never waited 9 weeks for Charlie Band to pay.
You didn't wait that long for me either. And
Superman Returns.
I sent you around the world and put you in hotels everywhere.
Yeah, but I was working. That doesn't count as pay. I was working, pal. I worked.
I understand that, but give me a break, man. You wouldn't have had a passport if it wasn't for me.
I did give you a break. I gave you 9 fucking weeks.
No, you didn't. Come on.
Yeah, I did. Guys, who do you think remembers better? Me or him?
Wow.
Anyway,
okay.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. We're here now. We're here now to do the send off. We're doing the send off right now. Breathe, Rob. Yeah. Breathe. This is not going to get ugly. It's not going to get ugly.
I'm all good.
We have this amazing time at the Vampire Speakeasy. We end our last night there. It's fantastic. And then we come back, and we all come back, and then I got COVID. So there we go.
You got COVID?
Fuck yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
And how are you?
Oh, I'm fine now. It was 2 weeks that were more annoying than anything else. It was 2 weeks. Like the first week was I felt run down, which we weren't sure if it was just residual from being in New Orleans. But then one of our group did test positive, so it was like, okay. So I felt run down, and for the first week, and like stuffy head, nothing bad, no fever, no loss of smell or taste or anything like that. And then the second week for 2 days I got really nauseous, but that was it. And then I tested, and I tested negative. And again, whatever it means doesn't it's all with the individual. I was vaccinated and boosted before I went to New Orleans, but again, other people weren't. And they had the same exact symptoms, and then one had no symptoms at all. So, but again, it hits everyone different. So
yeah,
part of me is like, well, kind of glad I got it. Like,
well,
fine.
it bolsters.
Like, it's inevitable at this point that it's like,
yeah,
everyone's probably going to get it unless they're like living in a vault. So, hopefully everyone's okay with it if they do get it, and like get through it. It's more annoying than anything. And what the weird part about this thing that I found out is that you can think that it's all over and everything, and then symptoms will come up sporadically.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, what the fuck? I thought I was done with this. But
right.
I
didn't know that. I mean, so you were vaxxed and boosted?
Yeah.
Yeah, and you still got it. I mean, it's funny because...
And chances are, and the funny thing is, felt nothing through New Orleans. And literally, I went to New Orleans going, I'm going to get it. I mean, I'm going for New Year's, and New Year's Eve, there were thousands upon thousands of people on Bourbon Street where we were.
There's a moon over.
But, it was just like, and I just assumed it was like, it's inevitable. Luckily, nothing happened while I was there.
Right.
It happened literally the day after I got back. That's when I was working and everything. And then it sort of hit me, and I was like, I don't feel so good. And not feel so good in the sense of like, oh, my head feels stuffy and I feel a little tired, and I feel tired. So I would have to take breaks from work and like go sit on the couch and like take a nap.
Sure.
But I still worked during the entire week. And then I thought I was over it. And then the next week, I was sitting there and then like for 2 days, really weird. And I was like, is this a symptom or is this something else? I felt really nauseous. Like for 2 days. Like,
yeah.
I was like, oh, this is weird. But then after that, then I was fine. So look, lucky for me, but again, it'll be different for everyone. But the reason that I say I'm glad I got it is with this whole Omicron thing and everything else, I just think that it's like, look, because it's spreading so much and everything, and I know that can be really fucking scary for people. I know that.
Yeah, but you've had it, so your immune system is bolstered. I mean,
yes, mine is. But the only good side I can say about that, and again, I know it hits everyone differently, and I've seen it, and I've talked to other people, and it's lasted longer, and I know it hits people differently. The only good thing is if it happens and it's not that bad for people and stuff, maybe we can get this herd immunity that we've wanted to get for so long, where things can maybe open up a little more. So it's not what we've been doing, because I don't know about you guys, but I realized, and it's really started to bother me, of not having a fucking social life. I mean, New Orleans is a totally different case, but back here, life. And Rob, I don't know how you. I mean, you're going to campus, so you're in a way.
Well, no, dude.
Your social life opens up a little bit. Just doing that, way more than it was.
Well, I would say this. I mean, I think that New Orleans is. Here's what I love about New Orleans, is that you might be walking down a street, and then you'll hear a brass band playing. The third rail or whatever, the third line or what,
and guess what? That could be just people out on the street.
Dude, I have to say, I mean, my God, one of my favorite places on the planet Earth is New Orleans. It is one of the great. It's not just a great city. It's not just a great. I can't. It's funny to me because, I have relatives that live there. The first time I went there was for Mardi Gras in the early 90s, and I've been back a couple of times. And what I loved about, and you went there, what I loved about New Orleans is that it never ends.
Well,
like
that's true.
And what I love about it is a sensual city. New York is a financial city, and but New Orleans is a city of music and smells. And when I say smells, I don't mean bad smells. I mean great smells. I mean,
it's a city about having fun. And look, there's a lot of like not great smells in New Orleans too. But
of course. I mean,
I will say this. It was like after New Year's Eve. And New Year's Day, of course, it was busy too because the Sugar Bowl was happening at the stadium.
Right.
So there was a lot of people there.
Yeah.
But after that, the place was really kind of empty, and was kind of our oyster, which we also had raw oysters, of course, because how can you not?
Yeah. No. It's an amazing. I mean, what's really for me, and maybe. This is, I mean, you must have loved it because in terms of horror.
Well, I just love the vibe and the people are so cool. And there's so, and that's the thing. There's a bar at like every 2 steps you go basically, but they're all filled with different people. And if you're a people person, which I know Rob is and everything, you can go into a different place each time and meet such new, interesting people.
Dude.
There was the Golden Lantern, which was this gay bar that we went to, and it was just like it was down the street from where we got the sandwiches from and everything. But it was like, it was open, and it was like people were like going, "Oh, talk to the bartender. He's cool. He'll pour you a good drink." And fuck, did he pour a good drink?
But the thing is,
but it's not like going to West Hollywood, it's just all, everything's just there. It's like, it doesn't fucking matter. People, the thing is, the difference is like, people aren't there to be seen. It's not a status thing or anything like that. It's just a place to be enjoyed and to explore, and that's it.
Totally agree.
And the great thing is this: everyone is there. Is just so open to people and open to talk if you approach them and just like go, hey, that's really it's great. So I love that part of it. But again, I just want to go back to, because this is important. And again, I know this is not, when we talk, it's not a politicalized show. But again, vaxxed, unvaxxed, look, whatever it is, if you get this virus, I just hope you all get through it pretty well. I know, again, it's different for everyone. And that's the thing to remember. And when I say, it's like the good thing about this new variant is that, it seems like it's spreading so much, everyone's getting it. The only reason I say that is like, if it can help us all get sort of a herd immunity where this now becomes more like what we're dealing with the flu, that's a good thing. Where we thought like, hey, okay, now it's just a thing, instead of like, I mean, I'm walking around still here and things are closed off. And like, I don't care about going into a place and wearing a mask. I don't fucking care. That's not a big deal to me. Whatever. But there's so much shit that is, acting like we're getting ready to shut down again. It's very strange to me. Like places are closing early again, and there's not the outside seating anymore, and it's just weird to me. It's just sort of like, come on,
dude. I mean,
we have to hopefully we have to evolve from this, because otherwise we can't all be shut-ins. It's psychologically so damaging to us. We have to, it's like, I want the Herdman, thing, because I want to go to the fucking whiskey and see a show with a bunch of people. I want to go to the movies again. And I have gone to the movies.
Dude, me too.
A couple times. Not that I've seen anything good. Fucking Scream.
You didn't like Scream?
Scream.
Okay, hang on. Yo. Just let's stop for a second. Since you brought it up, I mean, look, you to me are the litmus test. I mean, as much as I've seen slasher films and all that, I look at you as the guru of the entire genre and the deconstruction of it. So, as an aside, let me ask you, Dave Parker.
Yeah.
What did you think of Scream 5, but they don't want to put Scream 5 on it, so they're going to just call it Scream?
You mean five Cream?
Yeah, there you go. What did you think?
It made me, actually, it was the first time that it actually made me feel old, where I was like, I don't get this. And I hate the conversations that they're having in this movie about the genre.
What? Okay. Wow. Okay. Why?
Because they were going, oh, well, I like the Babadook, and I like how it's enlightened horror, and and the fact that they were
really,
and the fact that the movie is talking about, oh, here's what movies are doing now, and they have legacy characters in them, and that's why they're good, and everything, and they're talking about movies like Halloween and they were talking about this stuff. And
the Babadook. Like, by the way, no teenagers would ever talk about the Babadook.
That was in the opening.
That they wouldn't do it. You know what? I would be out if that was the thing. If that's the opening, I'm like, I'm out.
And the thing is this, in the opening,
those are the screenwriters.
They're like, oh, what's your favorite scary horror movie? And they go, oh, well, I don't like scary horror movies. I like things like The Babadook because it's more enlightened and everything like that.
Oh my God, for real?
Yes.
Bro,
and then there is an entire diatribe. There's an entire monologue about what these guys are doing with Scream, being like, here's what we're doing, we're reinventing it, but we have legacy characters coming in, and this is why it's so great and why we're so brilliant and everything else. And I was just like, this doesn't work for me. And the thing is, obviously it worked for it's gotten amazing reviews. And it did very well at the box office. So the thing is, that's why I go, this makes me feel old, because I don't get it. Because to me, it's like, it's not scary.
Okay, hang on, dude.
The first sin is it wasn't suspenseful or scary to me. It was not.
Well,
that was the first sin.
I would say, I agree with you. I mean, I haven't seen it, by the way, and I'm a huge fan of the first Scream, the very first film.
You should have seen it.
And well,
as far as I'm concerned, there's really only 2 good Scream films, and it's 1 and 2.
Yeah, well, that I would say that.
And let's not.
I've seen 4 Scream movies.
Wes Craven is a fucking genius.
Well,
when he's got really great material.
Yeah, I mean, I would say,
but when he doesn't, he does a what is he saying, Blade Runner? You did a
man's job, sir.
You did a man's job, sir. That's what Wes Craven did with 3 and 4.
Well, I mean, look,
it's just disappointing. I didn't care about it and the characters. I didn't care about the legacy characters, because I thought this is the problem that we've had.
Dude, I mean, look,
haven't we had it? Was it before Halloween? It was definitely with the Halloween before Halloween Kills, for me.
Dude,
anyway, where it's like,
I cannot hang with the idea. we live in a culture where we want corporations to sell us continuations of stories that were done in the 70s.
and I get it, because they're IP, it's crazy. No, but it's crazy to think that. I mean, look, in less than a month, we're getting a new Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's amazing to me that Texas Chainsaw Massacre is an IP.
Dude,
IP to be exploited now.
Dude, as you know, the first movie I ever worked on the summer of '89, I was the art department production assistant on Leatherface, Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, with Ken Foray from Dawn of the Dead and Viggo Mortensen from Lord of the Rings.
Fuck that. With our friend R.A. Mihailov as Leatherface.
As Leatherface, and Jeff Bird directing.
And Jeff Bird, who, by the way, I have to say, thanks to R.A., I had a night, a fanboy's dream night. Where I got the call from R.A., who I became friends with on the first movie that I worked with, that Jeff Bird directed, called Eddie Presley. And I became friends with R.A., who played Leatherface in part 3.
Yep.
He called me up one night and he said, I'm doing barbecue tonight with Gunnar. Come over. And I had dinner with Gunnar Hansen and R.A. and Jeff Burr. And it's like,
but by the way, you have to explain. You have to explain people who Gunnar Hansen is.
Gunnar Hansen was the original Leatherface.
Yeah.
The original, he was the guy who also wrote this amazing book called Chainsaw Confidential, which I hear might be turned into a movie at some point. There was talk about it. Which it's an amazing book. It's a great book. And I also really recommend it on Audible, because Gunnar actually narrated it before he passed away. So yeah. There we go.
Well,
Rob, you know what you're gonna have to do for a minute? We're doing Midnight Metal the old school style, where someone has to take a break for a minute.
All right, Dave. Well, you got to come back.
I will be back.
All right, Dave. Let me just say, for all of you who are old school Midnight Metal fans, I want to give a great shout out to my compatriot Dave Parker. You know what? Dave Parker is one of my oldest, dearest friends. I love him so much. And, this show wouldn't be what it is without him. And I love that he came on, even though he made me PayPal him $200. I had to pay him. Just so you know, Dave Parker, I had to pay you $200. Do you know what that is? That's a Hot Toy figure. My God. But you know what? He's a talent. You got to pay people. Got to pay people what they're worth. My God. And why not? And that's why tips and chats and things and the it's funny. People are like, why should we pay you to do a show? I'm like, well, because I have to pay other people. Like it's so funny. Like, there's a lot of people that don't quite understand. Like, well, super chats and tips. Why do you do those things? Why should we pay you? There's a lot of people that like object to that. Well, Dave Parker's talent, he's a friend of mine, but he's also a director and a producer and an editor. And like, when he comes on the show, it's not like it's a job. It's a job. You got to pay him. So as you watch me do it, I paid Dave to be on the show. And by the way, do I care about that? No, he deserves it. You got to, get paid. And a lot of people are crazy about YouTube. They're like, why should we? It's a show, man. I mean, when you have people, it costs money. Everything costs money. The internet connection, the lights, whatever, But I do want to say this. I want to thank Dave Parker because let's face it, you all, everybody out there, you and I, we shamed him. We made him come. We made Dave Parker come back. We made him come back, and here he is.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Oh, you can now. Oh, it's all fixed now. We don't have to be on the phone. This is great. Thank you.
By the way, you do realize that we haven't been on the phone forever.
No, I don't. But you sent the money, so that's okay. When the check's clear,
oh my God, you're such a whore, you whore.
About time, right?
I will say this.
About
Dave,
time in this business, right?
Dave, if you really think about it,
he misses this
would you really like me to tell me how much money I paid you in the? Look, I would say this, Dave. You and I have done great work.
I've earned every penny.
I would say that's what I would say. I would say that you have earned every penny. You're a very talented guy, and I'm very proud to work with you. I just want to point out that I was the person who had to stick my neck out to make sure we got paid. It was a very,
that's your
very,
job.
very
that was
tough
your
road.
job.
Yes, it was.
That
but
was your
I'm
job.
like
So of
say,
course, so of course, don't pat yourself on the back for doing your job.
Yeah, but my job was to get you paid, and
that was your job. Come on, guys.
But we created work that didn't exist.
Rob, hold on. I like this. Mark O'Brien goes, you guys need an annual Halloween show at least. You know what, guys? I'll agree to that.
I mean, hang on. As long as it's not on the 31st.
Ghost Rider, you are goddamn right. If you're good at something, never do it for free. And I never will again.
Yeah, I always paid you. I always paid you.
And you're still paying me.
Yeah, I did.
Hell tonight. Yeah. Woo!
Yeah.
I can get, guys, another thing that I did that is so uncharacteristic of me. I bought something from Sideshow.
No.
I did.
By the way, we'll love Sideshow because Tom from
that guy who what is it? Gilland? What's his last
Tom
name?
Gilland. Yeah.
Tom Gilland, who
He started Sideshow.
Well, I only met him at Dave Scow's. After Sideshow had started, so I really don't know him, but I know of him, of course.
What did you buy, Dave?
I got a premium format Scarecrow figure. I don't think I can show you because it's like Rob, the camera's cut off. I don't think I don't think I can show you. Anyway, it's amazing.
Dave, it's okay. Just talk about it. It's fine.
It's amazing. So it's the Scarecrow, and the base is actually Jason Todd as a zombie coming out of the grave. It's really incredible, and you can see it on their site. I broke down and bought that because I do love the Scarecrow.
Big fan.
Big fan.
So
it ties into what I'm one of the script things that I'm working on now.
Oh.
I'm working on a new script thing apart from Rotten Apples. There's no update, guys, just because Rob is still dealing with his stuff and he's still dealing with what he's trying to deal with and everything. And
well, let me just say that Rotten Apples is still in play for
which is awesome.
I'll flat out say this. Here's the thing. I would love to produce a project that Dave Parker has conceived of that I feel could be a perennial favorite. It's terrific. Dave's done amazing work. And
the script by Jared Rivet really is the thing that is actually really great.
Yeah,
I will say.
Well,
that's what got me really excited about it initially.
I would say this: the script. Here's what you want. When you're making movies, you want a project that is holistically great, and I would say that Dave Parker wants to make a Halloween themed film that I would say is amazing. And
I gotta say,
it's really good.
I don't mean to cut you off, Rob. What I'm going to say is I don't mean to cut you off, but what even since we've talked and it's funny and it's ironic and it might be wrong-headed and for me in a sense, but
no,
a lot of what I've been thinking about and I think what I could say is advice for other people who want to make movies and stuff like that, and have that dream, but they look at where Hollywood is now, and they have the dreams of doing big Hollywood, and I think you and I, in a way, we started out with that, and we've had to adjust that because Hollywood has changed so much, and what studio projects are and everything else. I think my mentality has sort of like, in a way, and you don't know this either, but it's sort of gone backwards in a way where I've really started to work on things that I want to see and not what I think are going to be like, oh, well, this is what's going to break me out. Now I'm concentrating on just stuff that it's like, well, I think this is fun and I want to do this. And maybe that's for just right now. But it's maybe to help me ease back into trying to create and write things on my own without being beholden to other people and like going, this is what I want to see. And I hope that there are people out there who are like-minded who that I can sell the concept to through visuals and everything else that want to see the same type of thing.
Well, I would say you're absolutely correct. I mean, we live in a world now where here's what I can't stand is the people in charge, the people that are the people we have to pitch to don't know shit. I don't mean to say like it's not a classic.
And some do, and some do. Like I'll say, like Eric Olson, he knows his shit.
Well, no.
But again,
but he's from us. He's
but again,
part of our age.
But again, Eric is someone who is going to be very on the pulse.
Yeah, but
he's going to be on the pulse where it's like, okay, well, what I'm saying, I think, Rob, is some of the ideas and stuff that I'm working on right now might seem sort of antiquated or throwback.
But dude,
but again, I still think there's a want for this type of stuff.
I'm with you 100%. But what I meant to say was, like, Eric Olson, who, by the way, produced Dirt. He was the executive producer of The Hills Run Red. I love Eric. By the way, Eric is a very, very smart guy who understands story. He's really
incredibly
great.
It is like I wouldn't even bring him up if I didn't respect him as much as I do.
Oh no, I do too.
On the sense of that, and he challenged me so much on that film, and then he's grown leaps and bounds since then.
Oh no,
so that's why I brought him up.
Of course, and I love him because I love his story sensibility. He's impeccable. Really smart. He really gets it. He gets it. What I don't love is we now live in a world where you and I, Dave, we've watched every single fucking horror movie from the last 75 years. If someone were to ask you, Dave, Dave Parker, could you give a dissertation on Hammer horror? You would say, first of all, why are you asking me, and shouldn't you already know?
No, because you know what? Honestly, it's an interesting question. I could fumble my way around Hammer. I don't know if I could like Darren Scott or say Courtney Joyner could really give a dissertation on Hammer.
But you would know
in a really good way. But
you would know the movies, dude.
I'll shock you, Rob, and you'll be surprised about this title, which was at a time the last Hammer title. Someone brought up to me. I've never seen the title To the Devil a Daughter with Natasha Kinski. I've never seen it.
Well, okay. That's one movie. The Hammer horror archive is a lot of films.
But the thing is what you know as well, it's so vast. It also encompasses noir. They did the classic horror stuff that they're known for. But then afterwards they did black and white things like The Nanny, Scream of Fear, Don't Take Candy from a Stranger, like all these really interesting things that were smaller movies that I find almost infinitely more interesting than just the Dracula films, the Frankenstein films, the Mummy films, and everything else. And it's like, that's to me kind of cool. Like Scream of Fear has like such a cool concept and behind it that I really it's something that in just the past couple months that I discovered that movie. But here's the thing that I like, and I think we're lucky in the audience and stuff like that too, where of course they like the modern movies, and I know most of the time what you guys have been talking about since I've been gone have been like modern stuff. But I think a lot of these people like are interested in these sort of different obscure things. I mean, for me, I would say anyone who's interested in the horror genre now, go check out Val Lewton movies and just look at Val Lewton and see what the movies that he produced were, and go check those out, because to me, those are so inspirational and so cool to discover and find. But there's so many. I mean, Shudder now has like over 30 of these folk horror things, and they've got the documentary about folk horror and all these obscure things that
Dave,
I've never heard
come
of
on,
before.
dude. I mean, you
you
must
got
have
the
this,
no, I didn't buy the box set because again, I knew it was going to be on Shudder, and most of that is now on Shudder.
But this, I mean, the book.
But the thing is,
this is an amazing collection.
But I got to be honest with you, most of that stuff I'm going to find to be like boring and pretentious, and that I wouldn't ever watch again.
Okay,
it's true. You know, if I'm going to be honest with it, I'm not going to.
No, it's fine. I mean, look,
100.
For me,
what was it? 300? Was it $300 for that set? Almost.
No,
300?
it was not 300. No,
$179.
Yeah.
It was enough. It was enough. It was pricey enough where I was like, "Fuck that! It's going to be on streaming."
Yeah, but okay, but here's the thing.
And it is, and the documentary is fascinating. Yet again, the documentary, which I've watched half of, and it's over 3 hours. I watched half of this documentary, and you get a lot of people who are like going, "Well, folk horror and everything is a real feminist movement," and I was like.
Dude, look,
it's like, look, everything has to be quantified and it can't just be what it is. Everything has to be a fucking statement now. And it can't just be what it was at the time that it was made.
Look,
the Wicker Man is now a feminist fucking statement. And I'm like,
well,
I don't,
here's
the
funny
want
thing.
to assume that that's what the filmmaker was saying or not, but damn,
dude, I'm with you 100%. I mean, here's what I don't get. Horror as a genre is about the fact that we people that our intellect is encased in fleshy sacks. You know, the idea that at any one moment, here's why I love David, especially early David Cronenberg horror films, from Shivers to Rabid to The Brood.
No. You got to go through at least Videodrome.
Well,
you got to go through. You got to go.
I was getting there. I mean,
you got to go up to 83, and not to discredit.
No. By the way, I just you stopped me. I was going to get there.
You had to pontificate on the early ones, but you have to get through Videodrome at least. With
no, even I would say, to be honest, I would go all the way to The Fly in 1986.
No. Crash. Really, when you're talking, if you really want to embrace, what I think Cronenberg's statement on the genre and everything else is Videodrome is dangerous. It has a philosophy, and I think that was his movies all the way up to Crash.
Well, agreed, but here's why I love David Cronenberg. And his entire philosophy for me. For 20 years, go from Shivers to Crash, 96, which is almost 19 years, 20 years. David Cronenberg basically was a director who said, we are humanity, are people of intellect. We are people that we think, we contemplate or whatever, but at any one moment, because we live in these fleshy sacks or whatever, that our bodies, the physicality of what houses our intellect, will revolt against us at any one moment. I mean, whether at any one moment our bodies will, like in The Fly, completely revolt against us, and our intellect,
and they do. And for him, it comes from personal experience with his parents, and then later on his sister. No. I mean, he's been living with that for a long time. What's interesting though is his philosophy in a lot of ways is like continued on, even through like Map of the Stars, in a way that's where it's more refined, and he's become more intellectual in the sense where I think up to through even, I would say, Dead Ringers and maybe Crash. Crash, I would say, is a defining line in a way because it's so interpretive. It's so interpretive, and so at its time was so divisive.
Well,
obviously, but what I think is, I think but you have to remember this too. What's fascinating about Cronenberg is he comes off as this intense intellectual who's doing body horror and doing all these things. But the other thing is he is also, and you can't forget this, he's really embracing a B-movie monster horror in all these things as well. Including The Fly. I mean, obviously, which is a remake of
hang on.
A-level B movie.
I mean, I would say you're okay. That is a very astute observation. I would say yes, sir, absolutely. But what makes Cronenberg so, to me, I mean, I have such a love for his work for so long. It's because that he stealthily says, I'm a director who is somebody you should look at, and I'm very erudite, and it's amazing what I'm saying.
I think as a director, he, in a way, at that time, he was, for his time, going on. He was very smart because he knew where to push the buttons. I think until he got to Naked Lunch, where he was just like, "Fuck it." Now I've reached to a point where I can do stuff that is so out of the box that it's not going to be for everyone. He knew when he was. I think when he knew when he was making Crash and then Naked Lunch that he knew he had stopped making movies for the general audience to embrace.
David Cronenberg has made 3 movies. He made The Dead Zone, he made Naked Lunch, and he made Crash. He made 3 literary adaptations of seminal books. I mean, he amazing representations, and they're so filtered.
And I like how you say that they are literary, because obviously they do come from literary sources.
Yeah, books.
And it was funny because even the one film that mainly gets swept under the rug and forgotten is Existence, which I remember seeing.
But he wrote that. That was his. He wrote that.
Right. And I know that, but
by the way, a great movie, by the way.
I was like going, that's the thinking man's Matrix. That's the intellectual's Matrix. And I find that movie fascinating. I absolutely love that movie. It's so interesting. But again, he's even someone now who cannot thrive.
Well,
this is how the film world and cinema has changed so much now that even David Cronenberg cannot thrive in doing these strange, esoteric movies and getting several $1 million to make. Like now, Naked Lunch would never be made.
But
never be made.
But I would say this. I mean, he has now made one of. If someone said to me 10 years ago and asked me, Rob, have you ever read a script that you would see made? I would say this. I would say there's one.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Maybe, but could this be his swan song?
Oh, dude.
Crimes of the Future.
Nobody will love this movie. No one. It maybe the French will be like, I can't even imagine. Like, so for those of you who don't know that are watching right now, Just let me just lay it out. So
I love what guys. I'm reading the comments too, like I always do. I'm reading the comments, and I'll get to some of your comments as well.
Oh,
Rob, go ahead.
I'll let you look. I will stop.
Crimes of the future Crimes of the future. Let's just say this: Crimes of the Future might be, when it comes out, whenever it comes out, might be one of the most exciting cinematic things that were offered. And I hope to God it's something that we can all actually go see on the big screen if we want to.
Yeah.
Now, maybe not everyone. It's not going to be for everyone's cup of tea, but for those who want to. But again, we're now we're dealing in a world of like if you want to, and the thing is this. I would say this. What I've learned recently is, before with all the shit that's been going on and going, okay, well, I don't want to go to the theater. I don't want to get sick, this and that and everything else. And even though I recently got sick and everything, it doesn't mean that like, hey, fine. It's all open now. I can go to any theater I want. And who cares? But to bring up a very popular movie, for once on the show with me, when I went and saw Spider-Man, when I went and saw Spider-Man opening weekend, it reminded me of the power of not just going to see a movie on the big screen, but more so, way more so, way more so, the power of the audience.
Okay.
And seeing a movie
agreed
with a collective audience and being so excited. And that's exciting. That was exciting. I was like, yep, there's no replacing that. And big Hollywood can say different and people can say different, but the reality, and who knows? I don't know what's going to happen with the theatrical world. But there is no replacing the experience, the theatrical experience with an audience as opposed to yourself. Now, look, I don't think something like Dune, I needed the theatrical experience. I don't. Yes, visually it might have been more impressive, but I don't think story-wise. And I don't think the audience was going to react that much more to Dune, as far as my opinion goes. But something like Spider-Man, that was exciting, that was fun, and it definitely made a bigger impression on me seeing it in the theater.
Well, okay, Dave, may I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I agree with what you said. So let me ask you this. The Spider-Man No Way Home audience experience is amazing. It's amazing. Like, even me, jaded fuck that I am, when I saw Spider-Man No Way Home,
you're not as jaded as I am, so give me a fucking break.
No, but no, I think I might be.
No, you aren't. No, you aren't. No, you are the torchbearer of I want everything to be good. I mean, we all know this. Now, privately, you can go.
No, hang on. Hey, wait.
Still, you're still the torchbearer.
I am the torchbearer, but I'm also the person that calls out shit that sucks.
Yeah, but but the thing is, you take certain things way too personally. Star Trek.
Okay.
I said the word.
No, hang on. Now, here's the thing.
Anyway,
to me, hang on, Dave. Okay, wait, hang on. Let's go to the super chats. I have to pay for the show because I paid you money. So what? We have lots of people who've sent super chats in because you know why, Dave? They want to hear from you, which is good.
Because let's remind them, this is the last.
It is. This is the last Midnight Metal with you, Dave. Unless, of course, you want to come on. So hang on. So
it's amazing I'm here.
Well, are you not having a good time?
Are you not entertained?
Well, just saying.
Paul in Long Beach goes, "Oh God, here it comes." I don't know what.
No, Paul, come on now. He's a good man.
Is he?
So Bloodsport says, Dave, get on the show, or Clive Barker will send the Cenobites after you.
Which one?
Ooh.
Which Cenobite? Doug Bradley or the trans Cenobite in the new movie?
Dave, Bloodsport
I love Bloodsport, by the way, as a movie. It's on HBO Max. Check it out.
Wow. Okay, Dave. Noah AG says, "Sup, Rob? If it wasn't for the John Campy show, I wouldn't be here." Well, I would say, I would ask you, is this a good place to be? I don't know.
John Campion probably would say, no, eh?
You know what? John's a good man. He's a good man.
Yes.
Surak of Vulcan says, outline your Romulan War series for us, Rob. No, okay, dude. Can't do that right now. And by the way, just so you know, what Surak of Vulcan is asking about is Eric Jedrinson's script for the. So, Eric Jedrinson was a supervising producer for Band of Brothers, and he was tasked by Paramount, the people that ran Paramount in 2006, to create a new movie series, which he did, and it's incredible. What?
A new movie series of what?
Of Star Trek.
Oh.
And then the entire regime change, so that story went away. Anyway,
good for him.
Yeah,
good for him. He's absolutely.
So hang on. So Dave, hang on.
Yes.
There's so many there. Tom Jr. Jackson says Dave Parker wants on Rob.
That was 2 hours ago.
Well, I'm just reading what was here. I mean, I've wanted on Rob my entire life, but I couldn't get on it.
You want Tom Jr. Jackson on Rob all your life?
Oh my God.
Cool.
So Marco
Lenny,
hang on, says, just what do you think you're doing, Dave?
I don't know.
I really think I'm entitled to an answer to that question.
What do I think?
Well, I would say, Dave, I mean, my God, I mean, I get movie references, but, Dave, he's just like a dude. He cannot fulfill your problems. Or maybe, Dave, you could. I mean, I don't want to speak for you. Can you solve the world's problems, Dave?
No.
Well, that's good.
I can.
Well, S-Beam says
I can barely solve my own problems. Come on.
Well, Dave, it's good to have you. Look, man, there are people that love you. They've loved you for months, years, maybe. Look, I will exploit your ass as much as I can. Hang on.
Well, this is the last time.
S-Beam says. Hang on. S-Beam says. All right.
I'll jump.
I'm gonna go now. This episode better still be up when I wake, so I can finish watching.
Worst episode.
I have a
ever.
great rest and show, and great to see you, Dave. How do you feel about it? Do you think it's good? Are you happy to be here?
That's what I say.
That's good. El Necron says, OG Midnight Metal helped me get through the pandemic. Thanks, gentlemen.
You're welcome. That makes me happy. Cool. Very fucking cool.
Right?
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you made people survive, man. Pretty cool. Robo Q-Man sends in a super chat and says the dynamic duo of many a Saturday night. Thanks to the both of you. It means a lot to me. Glad you got the COVID okay, brother Dave.
Hell yeah.
The world
everyone will.
The world needs you guys. Thanks.
I don't know that, but thank you. Appreciate that. That's nice.
Yeah. Douglas Baird sends in a tip, $5.
I like that.
Thank you, Douglas.
I get hold off. Underground Files says, Rob, just you hear something a little more current. Forget the money, Rob. Nobody wants to see a friend drunk in public. Quit alcohol or don't do the show.
Wait, what?
I'm saying, Underground Files posted, forget the money, Rob. Nobody wants to see a friend drunk in public. Quit alcohol or don't do the show.
Have you ever been to New Orleans? My God, come on now. But you're not wrong. I understand. It's all right. It's good. I don't think he's wrong.
Quit the
That's
alcohol,
why
Rob.
this is the last episode of Midnight
That's it.
Metal.
This is it.
It's gone. By the way, Dave, let me just say that one of the great people of this channel is Lynn Hobday, who is a British expat who lives in Japan, who has, she has done amazing work on kaiju movies. She also has cut records, and she's amazing. And she is an unbelievably beautifully talented woman. So
cool.
She has sent in a chat right now. She says, "Hail, Bob and Dave. I love Bob's epic trailer voice.
Oh, I see. I'm seeing this.
In a world, Lynn.
In a
love
world.
if I could just come to Japan.
In a world
hang
where
out with you."
Rob could just come. That would be something.
Okay,
But
Dave,
he's old.
let's-
But he's old. So that won't be happening on this show.
Wait. What? You know,
My
I mean,
word.
Why do you have to
is-
do that? Like I was like, Lynn Hobday is an incredibly talented individual.
Right. Yeah, and she deserved to hear in a world where Rob.
Okay.
cannot
No,
come
this is not a
on
sexual
the
thing.
show.
Oh my God.
You brought it up in a world where Rob brings up he
did
cannot
not.
come.
What? I have never not come in my entire life, just so you know. I mean,
In a world where Rob has never come in his life.
oh my God.
It's called.
You know,
It's called
oh my God.
Midnight Metal.
Okay, here's the thing. I'm going to be apologizing to Lynn for the next
In
year,
a world
dude.
where Rob
Like-
apologized to Lynn for not being able to come.
Oh my God! In a world where, first of all,
In a wor-
first of all,
in a
Dave,
wor-
can I let me just stop and go, Lynn?
Lynn,
Lynn,
in a world,
I am. Let me just say, I'm very
in a
apologetic.
world where Rob is coming right now.
Dave,
Yes. Oh,
I
I'm sorry.
paid you to be on the show. You need
wait.
to be. You need to like come down. Come down. Like
Do I need to come down?
I walked into that. Okay. Oh my god.
You got face first. You walked into that one.
In a world. Okay, Dave. Here's you know what? I would ask you this. Let me ask you something. About our show, Midnight Metal. Could you give us some kind of
wrap up
overview of the show? I mean, a long time. I mean, it was something that you and I made. That's something people liked. Could you say something about it?
Well, if I have to wrap things up now, I would say that Midnight Metal was a land of opportunities that I made possible, that I created, that Rob enhanced with his vast knowledge and incredible, absolutely incredible speaking prowess. It allowed me to create some very lasting and important friendships with our guests and with some of the people that have been in the chats. I have been exposed to new music and new bands and new ideas and new ideals because of the show, which is in a big way with a lot of the people that are on right now, why I agreed to come back on tonight for this final show, which I, honestly didn't know if I was going to.
Well, Dave,
let me just thank you. I'm not done. I'm not done yet.
Oh no, I just want to thank you for coming on.
And I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for the opportunity to be able to express my opinion, and I'm more than thankful that there were a lot of the people who watched us over the time that actually agreed with some of my stuff, because what I really wanted to do was just kind of say it like it was. And I am not like Rob. I'm not a I'm not a YouTube guy. I'm not a YouTube person. I'm not someone who is comfortable being on this this platform. And obviously, because since I left, I haven't been back on. I haven't tried to like create my own show or anything like that. It's not something that I'm really comfortable with doing. But the fact that people here even express that they missed my opinion or anything like that is kind of boggling and weird and flattering to me. But it's not something that I'm used to, and I appreciate it. I appreciate the fact that I got to maybe introduce them to either some new bands and people, and either music or movie wise. I was really proud of the fact of the filmmakers and musicians and friends that I was allowed to bring on as guests on the show while we did this. I'm very excited for people like Seek I Smile, who and the band who are creating new music now concurrently. Josh Wag, who is the death metal ninja, who was on American Ninja Warrior.
He was fantastic, by the way. Good.
And he has just been accepted to compete in the newest season of American Ninja Warrior, and I hope people will tune in and support him because he deserves it, because he's a really good person that, I'm slowly, again, getting to know these people. And then all the filmmaking people. Again, these are most of the people that I've introduced on the show were my friends who I felt needed, were I was lucky enough to know that I think that you guys all should know if you didn't know. And of course, most of them were in the horror genre because that's where I live in. And I'm just so thankful that, maybe what I do has branched out maybe a tiny bit, if I do something new again, if I'm lucky enough to get to do something new again, that there'll be people to be able to watch it. And if that's the case, I'm incredibly thankful to you, Rob, because you've allowed that to happen. You allowed that to happen with me being on here. And the fact that you and I get to share so much about our history very openly and very candidly.
I mean, look, Dave. I mean, I if I can say something,
only I said this before when I left. It was like the one thing that I knew that was going to happen, and has happened on the show, that has been with you and me. The rare thing is that I knew that I could do things that can make you laugh more than anyone else could, because I know you more personally than almost anyone else that you know.
That's true.
Who's ever been online with you has. So
you are absolutely correct, sir.
The things that I'll always be very thankful for is the moments, even when we were doing the show, where you and I, like, for almost 5 minutes, were just laughing.
Dude,
because we brought something up and it was.
Well, I was having a conversation.
I'm very thankful for people. I'm thankful that Rob bullied me into coming on tonight. And
by the way, I did. I bullied him.
He's been bullying me for a while now.
Don't think you didn't get paid, dude. Come on.
Thank you, and
I paid you.
Goodbye for now to all you people.
But I would say this, Dave.
I appreciate that. We've had our differences. We always were. We will always have our. Rob and I will always butt heads. But
I would say this. I mean, over the course of
no one will call Rob on his shit as much as I do, because
but no one ever gave you more money and more opportunities than I did. Hello,
here online.
Come on, for a decade, I put you forward.
And please, for me, if you never see me again on here, support that fucking band, support Josh. Dude,
we've done great work.
Which is the other day, which is monumental. It's like, it's too much to even like talk about. It's too huge. Heaven needed another voice. Heaven needed a true voice to the angels, and that's what I say. That's what I got to say about Meatloaf in my cheesy fucking way.
Dave,
but I thank you all. I thank you all for putting up with me and Rob and our hour-long debates and arguments and everything else that we went through. And it's
Dave, I want to thank you for coming on tonight. It means a lot.
Rob and I will always be friends, no matter what, because we've been through way too much shit. And it's very special.
Of course, but I want to thank you for coming on tonight.
I really appreciate you all. Thank you guys so much.
Dave, I would say to you that this show wouldn't be what it was without you. And no, for real. I mean, it wouldn't be. And this will be the last Midnight Metal. and it was a show that was born of Zack Snyder's Justice League. It really was, but it wouldn't be the show. It wouldn't be a show without Dave Parker. I mean, to me, Midnight Metal was me and Dave pontificating. And
later.
I want to thank you, Dave, for being here. I want to thank everybody for tuning in. We're not done yet tonight, but Dave,
all I gotta say is, whoever fucking comes on, good luck, because you have to follow up that.
Well, I would say this. I mean,
I fucking love you guys. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the opportunity and to Rob, of course, for letting me infect your fucking world. And I hope it infected your world with a little fucking metal. And you know what? Take RM to task with that, because she knows her shit. She knows some metal. She knows some. So fucking, get her on it. Like, fucking call her on her shit. I don't expect everyone on Midnight Musings or Midnight Masturbation or whatever it's going to be called. Midnight whatever. Midnight.
Wow.
To be called. But I appreciate. I want to thank Rob. Thank you, Rob, for making Midnight Metal just you and me.
Dave, I want to thank you for coming on tonight. I mean, it's so good to have you here. It means so much, and I think people that watch the show. I mean, there's 174 people here. They love the show. They love you, and it really matters. And I can't thank you enough to come on tonight. Thank you so much. I mean,
here's the thing, guys.
To be honest, Dave.
Unfortunately, to the bane of my existence, only Rob could make me do this. But I made him pay for it.
You got the money, and I said to you.
I made him
pay. But Dave, I would say this, man. I mean, you know what? We've known each other for 30 years. We've done work for 29 of those years. I would say that the only person that I know in my life that have shared the journey that I've been on is you. And I would say that we have done lots of cool shit. I mean, we have been places. We've traveled the world together. And I would say this. There's no one I would rather have done it with than you.
I think we'll continue to as well.
We will,
and I will say this. I just want to say maybe this is the wrap of it all. Because Rob was doing what he called Midnight Metal before I showed up.
Yeah, I know.
And I gave him shit about it because he's like, "You're not talking."
Yes,
metal.
you did. Yeah, you did.
You're not talking metal. Rob and I are Midnight Metal. So if Rob, I'll say this, guys. If Rob ever gets his whole like live tour thing going on and everything else,
live tour, that'll never happen.
If he does the Burnettwork live show tour or anything else going,
okay.
Maybe there will be a Midnight Metal where he and I share the stage, and I can go, "Fuck you! Shut the fuck up, you fucking drunk asshole! Shut the fuck up!"
Oh, come on, now. I'm not that drunk.
Tonight. Tonight.
You were the one in New Orleans. Come on now.
I'm just. Well, yeah, I had to like step it up to like get to your level. But what I'm saying is like maybe that if that happens, we'll have a live show. I think that would be the next logical step if we can have a live event with Rob and me. We'll have a good time.
Yeah, but what's funny is we could show our movies, and have a.
Oh no, I said we're gonna have
we're
gonna have a good time, so we're not gonna show our movie.
No, we should. Okay, well, Dave, all right.
No.
Well, anyway, look, man. First of all, Dave, I just want to thank you for coming on tonight. It means a lot, and I think everyone. This show.
I don't think everyone, but some.
No, this show is about us. I mean, it was about Midnight Metal. Was ultimately. It was born of some craziness, and you came on and made something amazing. And I would say this. I would say, if it wasn't, if you, this to me is the last show. It's the last Midnight Metal. Now, that doesn't mean we won't bring it back. But you know what? You didn't have to come on. You could have been like, fuck you, dude. But I want to say thank you so much. I
tried.
Okay, I paid you. But let me just say, I mean, thank you for coming on. I think the people, the audience likes it. I mean, the people like this show and like you, and it was so great to have you here, and it means a lot. And I think anyone who watches this show, not that they're like, well, my God, on the Wednesday night, they're like, oh, did you see what happened on the Midnight Metal? I get it, but
yeah, I get it.
Thank you.
You know what? I'm
means
thankful
a lot,
for.
man.
Look,
Thank
I'm
you so
thankful
much.
I'm thankful for the people who cared, that wanted me back on, and everything else.
Good to have you here.
I'm thankful to you, Rob. Yeah, it was fun. It's been a blast. It's been a blast.
Oh my
and
God, there's some
it's
craziness. Hang on, wait.
It's
hold
not
on.
over. Oh, wait.
Somehow, speak. Say something.
Me? Not me.
I can't hear, but they can. God damn it.
Oh, we're done.
God, I hate this shit. All right, Dave. I will say goodnight to you. Thank you so much.
Good night, guys. Thank you.
Namaste. Dave Parker, thank you for being on. Oh, well, no, Kate. Well, you can't. Hopefully, I don't know what that means, but. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, everyone, it's time for us to say good night, sleep tight, and pleasant dreams to you. I don't fucking know. Or I could just like hang out here, and you know what I need to do is fucking piss like a racehorse. So how about this? I'll could be cool. I'll stay here, and I'll tell you I want you to come on the show. I'm gonna go drain the main vein, but what I'm going to do, it's only 2:26 a.m. Here's the thing. I want you, like S-Beam and other people, I want you to have a good microphone or a good camera, and I'm gonna bring you on this show. But you need to give me 5 minutes. That's all I'm saying. So, wait, because just so you know, I'm going to put that link in the live chat. So wait. It'll be there. I bet you all were wondering, when is Robert Burnett going to come back? Well, here's the thing. I'm back now. Oh my God. So here's the thing, kids. It's late. It's very late. And we've got people who sent super chats in. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask people, would you come on the show? So here it is. Here it comes. My God, I'm going to send you a link. A link. You can come on the show or not. And there's a little, there's stuff involved. I'm going to have to make sure it's... I see that, by the way, Connie Sang is in the chat. Connie, God damn, I love Connie Sang. She's an amazing woman. My God. So anyway, what I'm going to do is I am going to send a link out. And if you want to be on the show, you can be. I just ask. I mean, we had Efrain Guzman and S-Beam, which they might come back again. Who knows? I don't know. So here it is. I am going to send out. It's I'll send out a link. So here it is, kids. Wow. Waiting for Ron here. Interesting. I don't know if I can do that. So, well, hang on just for a minute, just so you know, with the entire software that I have going on here, I need to figure out a way to make sure that it's not just me. You all want to come on the show, don't you? My God. So hang on. Just give me a minute. So, what I'm trying to do is, like, everyone's like, the chat's like, oh, everyone's freaking me out. It's freaking me out. Oh my God. So hang on. Wow, the rendezvous session is so, like, not... Okay. Kids, here's what's going to happen. If you want to hang out here, I need to quit this software. And I'm going to come back. But what I need you just hang with me, okay? I need everybody to go away. Like, go away. No, I don't mean that from a bad point of view. I just need you to... Here's what I would say. Thank you to all of you. Every single person. The Post-Geek Singularity. Thank you. All of you. What I need to do now is try and figure out some way to make sure I can recognize everyone. So, that said... I am going to go offline, but I'm going to come back. I'm going to come back, hopefully, and make sure that everyone is treated well. So I want to thank all of you. So, let's hope this works. Theoretically, I might be still streaming, right? Who knows? I don't know. But if I'm still streaming, because I don't know. Many of you have sent tips and super chats, and let's get into those. My God. Wait. I can actually, I think I set them up. Wait, hang on. Oh my God. Well, hang on. Let's make this more palatable. There we go. So, wow. Wow. There's a lot of things. Well, look, Dave earned his keep tonight. So Alex Cruz sends in a super chat and says, "Just one more midnight metal tonight, Rob." Well, Alex, thank you for that. I appreciate that. Kane 9265 says, well, he subscribed to the channel, or she, or they. That was good. Alex Cruz sent in a a $50 super chat. Yes, thank you for that. Tom Jr. Jackson. Look, Tom, we're all goof people. Tom says, Midnight Metal, the last jam. Look, man, perhaps Dave's last night is, I don't know. I don't know. I hope not. Bloodsport. One sends in a super chat and says, Dave, get on the show or Clive Barker will send the Cenobites after you. Woohoo! Look, all I can say is that we both know Clive Barker, and if they did send the Cenobites after us, we'd be fucked. I mean, to be honest, when the Cenobites say, we'll tear your soul apart, they mean it. So, I can't defend against them. Bloodsport says, that was Bloodsport. Noah AG sends a super chat and says, "Sup, Rob?" Well, okay, how you doing? If it wasn't for the John Campy show, I wouldn't be here. Now, here's the thing, Noah AG. You know what? I do the work on the John Campy show. This channel's different, and I'd like to say thank you for coming here. But I would say, we're kind of cooler. You know, a little bit cooler, maybe. I don't know. Maybe sort of. Surak of Vulcan. What? How do you vote Surak of Vulcan? It's a different thing. Surak is different than Sarek. But anyway, so Surak of Vulcan says, outline your Romulan War Trek series first. Okay. So what Surak of Vulcan wants me to do is outline the Romulan War mini-series that I read. So, here's the thing. No one will ever allow a Star Trek series to be made that isn't controlled by them because there's too much money involved. So, in the early aughts or late aughts, Eric Jedmonson, who was a supervising producer on Band of Brothers, the great HBO World War II series, he was tasked by the Paramount brass to write a Star Trek script. And what he did was, he was like, I don't know shit about Star Trek, but he watched lots of episodes and figured it out, and he wrote what I think is a great script. It's a first draft, but it's a great script, and it's called Star Trek: The Beginning. And the idea is, the first script was the Iliad, the second script was the Odyssey, whatever. They own these scripts. Paramount owns them. Anyway, I don't know. Here's the thing. Kids, ladies, gents, I gotta go to bed. I know. I mean, there's so many people that have sent in tips and super chats and all this. I will get to them. But I can just say right now, I need to go to bed. Well, first of all, I'm drunk. And I'm, I'm conflicted about all the things people are sending me. So I need to, step back and do a cleanse and understand or figure out why is everyone so divisive. But either that said, it's time for me to say, ladies, gentlemen, I need to go away now. And I want to thank everyone. I want to thank my moderators. I want to thank every single person that supports the channel via super chats and tips. I will get to you tomorrow. Or wait, later today, right? I just want to say thank you for supporting the channel. And remember, every single person you meet has a story to tell that you have yet to hear. And all you have to do is listen. And for that, I say, everybody, I need to go to bed. And I'm sure people are like, yeah, we get it. Thank you. I appreciate it. And to all of